Hey guys, so 5 frugal habits that can save you a lot of money. Let's get started. And number 1 is learning how to cook, making your own food. So when you are, buying a lot of food, when you're out in restaurants, fast food, or just, coffee, Starbucks coffees, things like that, that can cost you a huge amount of money over a year. I said in a previous video about Starbucks and buying, just one $5 coffee a day on your way to work, for example. That will cost you about $150 a month, and across a year, $1,800, and that's just if you get a cheap coffee. If you get additional things, something to eat as well, imagine how much it will cost you. So when you are not preparing your own food, when you're not eating at home, and say you've gone to work, you finish work, you're hungry, there's no food in your house, you don't know how to cook, obviously the temptation there and the obvious thing is just to order delivery, or to go out and get fast food. Now ordering delivery is even worse, just because when you buy things with Uber and DoorDash and all that kind of thing, there is a lot of delivery fees put on there. And then they also increase the price of the items on the menu. So if you look at a menu on their website, and then go into the original restaurant's website, you'll see that the prices are actually far cheaper. And often there's deals and things if you go and pick it up yourself, instead of getting delivery. But anyway, you really want to be trying to avoid any sort of deliveries, fast food, any sort of purchases really, mindless purchases just because you haven't prepared, or you think that you can't cook your own food. These days anyone can learn how to cook. Until I was about 19, I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't know how to fry an egg. Honestly, I did not know how, but these days I can cook practically anything. Anyone can learn. I never thought I'd be able to cook very well, but I can now. It's easy to do. You've got YouTube, you've got the internet, you can learn. If you really want to, you can learn, and it's easy, just to learn a few simple recipes that you like, that are, just a few ingredients that are easy to store, and you can, keep those, at your home, and then when you get back from work and things, you've always got something there that's easy to prepare, that you enjoy. You can, prepare more advanced things as well once you learn to cook better and stuff. But again, in regards to sort of being tempted to buy when you're out, when you've gone to work and things, evening before, prepare yourself lunch to take to work, and then in the morning it's ready, there's nothing to do, because in the mornings we all don't know what it's like. You're in a rush, you think you don't have time to make anything, you don't have time to take food. So if you do it the night before, it doesn't have to be anything incredible. You haven't got to prepare a 3-course meal. You've just got to prepare, a quick salad or something, a sandwich. It's easy to do. Anyone can do it. It will save you a fortune. Also, another little tip here, in regards to food, is where you're actually buying. So, obviously, I'm not going to advocate that you go to Whole Foods and buy the foods. Yes, they have great foods, but the prices are not great. They're huge prices. Way above what you would get for similar foods somewhere else. So where do I recommend? Aldi, of course, very cheap, good quality foods. One thing to note is that on average, if you shop at some of the more expensive supermarkets, the same sort of brand name products that you can get at the cheapest supermarkets will cost you about 60% more on average. So if you're buying those same brand name foods but you go to an expensive supermarket, that will cost you a lot of money, especially if you're doing that every week. So consider swapping to a cheaper one. The truth is nobody cares which supermarket you go into, nobody cares about your Whole Foods bag. You can go to these places once in a while, but for your general sort of shopping, you want to go to the cheapest place possible that's got good quality. So consider doing that. Consider changing your ways there. Number 2 is buying second hand. These days it's very easy to buy things second hand. You can you know, buy everything online. You've got Craigslist, you've got Facebook, there's websites for second-hand books. You know, there's tons of places to get second-hand stuff. Obviously you can go into, you know, like Goodwill and things like that as well. There's tons of options. Clothing's always good to buy second-hand, especially when we're talking about sort of you know, staple pieces, you know, suits, jackets, things that usually cost quite a lot of money. You can buy them there, oftentimes completely brand new with the label on, you know, where people have been gifted these things and they're the wrong size and stuff. You can get them, you know, quite a bit cheaper than if you bought them new yourself, so you just got to look around a bit. You know, books as well. I read a lot, so you know, it's always good to buy books second hand. You know, you can get practically every book. It's not difficult. There's loads of websites for second hand books, and you can also, you know, send them your books as well, and they'll pay you a small amount if you want to earn a bit of extra money if you don't reread your books. So buying second hand, you know, easy way to save money. You know, buying the same things you would buy, probably new as well. You can find them, and you'll get them. You know, a big discount there. So, you know, consider buying second hand. Now, number 3 is to try and avoid eating out. Well, I say eating out. I'm talking more about going out and socialising with friends and things. So, going to expensive restaurants. If you've got a girlfriend or you're trying to get a girlfriend, taking them to, you know, the most expensive restaurant in the city, not a good idea for the bank account. You know, trying to be excessively, you know, showing off with your money and things like that, it's not a good idea. It'll attract the wrong sort of friends and your relationships. It's something you really want to try and avoid. You know, going out, in regards to socialising, you know, just with friends and things, go to cheaper places if you must go out. Otherwise, you can just, you know, go to each other's houses, you can watch movies, you can play cards, whatever it may be, whatever you enjoy doing. Or, you know, there's endless options. But, you know, just going out to eat, you know, you're looking at quite a bill there. You know, it's going to be, even at a cheap place, you're going to spend $30 at least. You've got the transport. If you leave a tip, you've got to pay the, you know, a tip as well. Especially in the United States, I know it's you know, the tipping culture over there is to tip quite a large amount. So it's going to cost you, you know, quite a bit of money. If you go into a bar again, you know, just look at the prices of the drinks in practically every bar. Find those same drinks in the supermarket, and you'll see, you know, just how incredibly cheap they are. Obviously, if you must go out, there are, you know, offers sometimes, happy hours and things that can save you a bit, especially if you're splitting with another person. So there is an option there still to go out if you really want to. So, but again, you know, just try and find ways to save money there. Now, number 4 is, you know, frugal people are often associated with, you know, not being willing to spend any money, bit of a cheapskate, penny pincher. You know, it doesn't have to be the case. There are many people that are willing to spend on good value items that will last a long time. So, you know, in regards to saving money, these items might cost a little bit of money up front, but they'll last so long and they'll be so reliable that you will save money long term. So here I'm talking about things like, for example, cars. A good car brand, for example, Toyota, Honda, you know, used of course. You know, they're very reliable, rarely ever need any repairs and work done and things. You know, they'll save you a huge amount of money, especially compared to buying, you know, new vehicles or on finance. There's plenty of other things as well. Footwear, if you get yourself a good pair of shoes, it can last you, you know, practically your whole life. You can get winter wear, you know, large coats and things for very cold weather. It's always worth spending a little bit more there, and you'll have that, you know, that item for many years. So, you know, in regards to getting, you know, a cheaper jacket or coat, you know, the zip will break and the buttons will fall off. It's probably not that great anyway. So there are things that, you know, are worth spending money on. So you don't need to, you know, avoid buying it, you know, absolutely everything. And last but not least, number 5 is not constantly upgrading. So I'm talking about gadgets and things here, phones. We know how it is. Every new year, every year, a new iPhone, a new Samsung Galaxy, a new tablet, a new MacBook. You don't need to change every single year. If we're being honest, most phones, smartphones, they're good for about 4 or 5 years. On the iPhone 7, for example, you can do practically everything you can on the latest iPhone. You still put all the apps on it, and you can ring people. So it's not necessary to get the next phone all the time, but because it's got 3 megapixels extra in the camera. I mean, nobody can tell anyway. It's just an extra expense that's not really necessary. So just a few tips there, guys. Hope you like the video. Give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.